politics, we take you to parts of the Volta region where a group of polling station constituency and tertiary wing executives of the New Patriotic Party in that part of the country are endorsing Ghana's Energy Minister, Dr. Opoku Prempeh, as their preferred running mate for the 2024 presidential race. The group describes the Manhyia South lawmaker as a towering political figure capable of promoting harmony within the New Patriotic Party, making him more suitable for that role. Presidential candidate of the governing New Patriotic Party, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, a couple of days back asked for more time to nominate his running mate for the party's Council of Elders. But the group, calling itself Grassroots for NAPO, say the Energy Minister and the four-term MP will be the best choice for the party. Eric Dumeno Akachi has been speaking on behalf of that group.
NAPO has distinguished himself as a minister with outstanding leadership and support for reform initiatives at the Ministries of Education and Energy, respectively. He successfully led the implementation of the government flagship program, the Free Senior High School Policy. As you can recollect, this major initiative was poo-pooed by our political opponents as bait to hoodwink and cajole Ghanaian voters. That notwithstanding, Dr. Opoku Prempeh was able to oversee the implementation of the free SHS policy amid stiff opposition and wild propaganda by distractors of the government. NAPO remained firm, confident, and bold in decision-making throughout the initial implementation stages of this complex policy initiative. In his capacity as Energy Minister, Dr. Prempeh has guided players in the energy industry through significant transformational vision areas, such as maintaining the nation's electrical supply and enabling the constant supply of petroleum products at reasonable cost. In addition, Dr. Prempeh oversaw the creation of Ghana's energy transition framework, which offers a precise roadmap for the country's fair and reasonable transition. It will be remembered that in 2022, the Africa Public Sector Conference and Awards recognized Dr. Opoku Prempeh as the best minister. Support for party activities. NAPO is passionate about the MPP and extends a helping hand to support most party activities across the country. He contributed heavily to almost all programs of the party in the Ashanti region. NAPO is known to have extended his benevolence and support to the party to several parts of the region, including Volta, Oti, northern regions, and several orphan constituencies in other regions. Support and relationship with the youth. If there is anybody in this government who believes in the youth and resonates with them, it is Dr. Opoku Prempeh. He is a father figure who gave many young people across the country several opportunities. He gives a listening ear to the young people irrespective of their tribe, party, or religion. It is unbelievable, yet true, that NAPO has time to engage any young person who reaches out to him via WhatsApp amidst his heavy schedule. What manner of man is
Well, the group has been calling on the Council of Elders and all other leading figures within the party to implore the Vice President to consider a candidate or a running mate from the Ashanti region specifically. And Dr. Opoku Prempeh, Eric Dumeno Akachi is joining us briefly for a conversation on this. Thank you, sir. And when you say you're grassroots for NAPO, are you, members of the NPP? Specifically, what's the membership of this group?
Thank you very much. We are all members of the party. Myself, I'm even a constituency executive, and there are several others who are polling station executives.
When you say that you're all executives, you know that the general secretary of the party has been giving it the directives on how campaigning should go, going forward. You're executives of the party. You don't want to be taking sides at this moment.
For now, it's not a campaign, it's a call. We want to break the 8. And if you want to break the 8, you are looking at several factors. As we indicated, we stated in our press release that Ashanti region is a stronghold. If you look at the votes clearly in the presidential primaries, you will notice that Manhyia South delivered massively for Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. That's a resounding 85.5%. And it tells you that for anybody who wants to win an election, you must have an endorsement, overwhelming endorsement of the people. So for Napo being there is an indication that he has been able to marshal the forces behind him and Dr. Bawumia within Manhyia South constituency. And if you go to Ashanti region, he has touched many lives. We are in a situation where we need to win massively in the Ashanti region. We need someone.
And just to be fair with the records, though, the entire Ashanti region is noted for being the stronghold of your political party, the New Patriotic Party. Why then the fixation on Dr. Opoku Prempeh, particularly when you have so many other MPs who can boast of the same percentage of votes that comes through for the New Patriotic Party in the Ashanti region?
Okay, so this is why Napo stands tall, because it's not just Ashanti. You can see we are from Volta, and we are even calling for Napo. It tells you the extent to which Napo's influence goes. He goes beyond just the Ashanti. So we are looking at several factors, which Ashanti is one, and someone who also extends to other regions like the Volta, the Northern, the Eastern, and several other regions. And Napo has that track record. We know him to have been somebody who is always reliable and can be called upon anytime. So that is why we are strongly behind Napo. Aside that, he's competent. If you are looking for somebody who is very decisive and competent, I think, and we think that Napo has that record. You can go on. You saw what happened when he was implementing the free SHS. It was a tough hurdle, but he stood firm. He was very, very convinced that the initiative was a good one. And it came to a point that there are a lot of people who were raising a lot of red flags about the program. And some even felt that the government was not going to implement it. But he was there firm, and we saw the results. And we saw what the free SHS is doing today. And when you go to the energy sector, Napo is still there delivering. So it's not just about the Ashanti factor. It's also about the other factors, the competence level, his relationship with the youth, which we've mentioned. He has a very good base with the youth. If you call several regions within the MPP, you know that Napo is not just about the Ashanti region alone, but he extends to other places where he touched base with several youths across the country.
And I mean, this whole issue about pushing for one candidate, particularly when Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia has asked for more time. I recall that meeting happening at Alisa Hotel a couple of days back, where he put before, the leading members of the party that he needs more time to decide. By putting up a candidate, don't you feel that you'll be distracting, the vice president from making a very firm decision?
No, we are not trying to distract the vice president. We are with the vice president. In fact, we want the success of the vice president because we want someone that can break the eight. We want someone that can partner him to break the eight. So as party people, we are going to be part of the campaign in 2024. So we feel that we are at the ground, listening to the voices of the people, engaging our colleagues in several constituencies and regions. And if you go around, the voice of the people is that if we bring Napo with his exuberance, with his the nature of man who he is, he will be able to help us deliver in 2024. So it's not an obstruction or proposing a candidate. It's just what we are getting from the grounds and across several constituencies, and particularly in the Volta region here.
And the question about, you guys being from the Volta region, this is a part of the country where the NPP is not so much popular. Why not select a candidate from there, at least, just to draw more numbers from that part of the country? Bad idea?
It would be a bad idea looking at the nature of, we have Dr. Bawumia. We associate more with Dr. Bawumia because we are also from the minority tribe. So Dr. Bawumia coming in, we are already thinking that we have somebody who is there. But we also need to give assurance to our stronghold, also that they also have somebody who will be there for them. So that is why we don't want to take all the glory, because we already have Dr. Bamia on our side, which we know he's also from a minority region within the MPP cycle. If we are looking at the MPP, you know that both the Volta and the northern regions are almost counted as minority regions. So for us, we are aligned in that direction.
I see. What's the next line of action for your group, knowing that this is a long-term campaign that you seek to sustain until the selection of a running mate to Dr. Mahmoud Bamia? How do you intend to go about your lobbying process, asking the Vice President to make this choice?
We are going to actually, we've been speaking with a lot of people within the party. In the coming days, we'll be visiting the leadership of the party to actually bring in more issues up while we are, and also some of the issues that we are finding on the ground, why Napo will be a very good candidate for us, because we are going to a crucial election in 2024. No political party has ever broken the 8 in the history of Ghana. We are the first political party going to do that, inshallah, in 2024. And if we have to do that, we need somebody with the energy, somebody who has the connection with the youth. And I believe strongly, Napo has a lot of connection with the youth. If you conduct your interview all over this country, you will notice that Napo has that strong connection among the youth.
And we wait to see, what the effect of this will be. Eric Domenu Akachi speaks for the grassroots supporting Ghana's Energy Minister, Dr. Opoku Prempeh, who are then asking Dr. Mahmoud Bamia to choose him as the running mate of the New Patriotic Party going into the 2024 elections. Grateful for your time, but still on the Vice President, he's been speaking over the weekend, indicating that his statement with respect to the credit scoring system in Ghana has been misconstrued. Speaking at the 57th congregation of the KNUST a fortnight ago, actually, the Vice President was reported to have indicated that Ghanaians can use the Ghana card to buy cars under the credit scoring system. Well, the comment has since generated some mixed reactions. The credit scoring system predicts the credit behavior, including the likelihood to pay back loans on time, which will be based on that information of an individual forming your credit report. Responding to the reactions on the back of this comment, the Vice President indicated that with the cooperation from the Central Bank, Ghana is close to introducing an individualized credit scoring system that will allow risks to be differentiated.
We have in Ghana been the lack of an effective credit system as compared to what we see in most of the advanced countries. In Ghana, when you receive your paycheck, that is really what you try to rely on for the rest of the month. But many other jurisdictions, the credit system works effectively to increase your consumption possibilities. So I was making the statement that one of the things that we don't have currently in Ghana is a credit scoring system that the credit reference agencies would normally do. And that statement that I made was, of course, a truism. And surprisingly, some people wanted to disagree with that statement, even disagreeing with the regulator, the central bank, which was saying we don't have that system in Ghana, a individualized credit scoring system. But now with the cooperation of the central bank, I think we are very close next year to introducing an individualized credit scoring system in Ghana that should allow us to differentiate risks between different individuals. And that was the sense in which I said that that individualized credit scoring system will have the Ghana card as that anchor because it's the unique identifier for everybody. And that will then allow credit to be more accessible. And all of the companies here present, most of them who deal in consumer products and services will be able to then offer credit to many consumers. And the Ghana card being the anchor, some people misunderstood that I had said that you can take the Ghana card and go and buy a car, which doesn't make sense. You can take the Ghana card and it will help you get credit, and that helps you to buy a car or any other good for that matter. But the bottom line is that as we formalize the economy, we strengthen our companies, we strengthen the private sector, and we make them more competitive within the context of the AFCFTA